Walk into your kitchen right now and look at the garlic on your counter. If a few of those cloves have started pushing little green shoots out the top, the ones most people slice off and ignore, or worse, throw away, you're holding a complete food crop in your hand. Not a future one, a current one. Because that single sprouting clove, dropped into a clean plastic bottle of water this evening, will be a flush of fresh, green garlic shoots on your kitchen windowsill within 7 to 14 days. No soil, no garden, no fertilizer, no grow light. One bottle, one clove of garlic, a little water, and a sunny window. This is one of the simplest, fastest, and most useful small space food projects I know, and almost nobody talks about it because it doesn't feel like real gardening. It looks too easy to be real. But the science behind it is solid. Garlic, like every member of the allium family, stores enough energy in the clove itself to push roots and shoots without any external nutrients for the first several weeks. That's why a forgotten clove in the back of your pantry sprouts on its own, in the dark, with no help. All you're doing in this method is giving that natural drive somewhere productive to go. What I want to walk you through today is how to turn 1 or 2 recycled plastic bottles into a working garlic growing system that gives you fresh garlic greens. Those tender, mild, flavorful shoots that taste somewhere between scallion and garlic within a couple of weeks, and the option to push the project further into actual garlic bulbs over the following months. We'll cover both paths. The fast path, which is what most people want, gives you a continuous supply of garlic greens for months from a small windowsill setup. The slower path, which is genuinely worth the patience, lets you grow your own bulbs at home with no garden plot at all. Stick with me to the end, because the last few minutes cover one mistake almost everyone makes when they first try this, and it's the difference between a clove that sprouts beautifully and one that quietly rots within a week. The fix takes 30 seconds and costs nothing. We'll get there. But first, the most important decision in this whole project is the garlic itself. And this is where most beginners go wrong before they even start. The garlic you buy at a typical supermarket, especially the cheap, snow-white, perfectly uniform bulbs imported from large-scale industrial farms, has very often been treated with sprout inhibitors. The treatment keeps the cloves looking fresh on the shelf for months by chemically suppressing the growth signal inside the clove. Drop one of those into water and nothing will happen. The clove will sit there, looking healthy, doing nothing, until eventually it starts to rot. The fix is simple. Use organic garlic, or use any garlic you've got that's already starting to sprout on its own. Organic garlic in most American and European supermarkets isn't treated with sprout inhibitors, and it'll respond to the bottle method within days. Garlic from a local farmer's market is even better because it hasn't been sitting in long-distance cold storage. And cloves that are already showing a small green tip pushing out of the top. The ones you've been told are too old to use are actually the best starting material possible. They've already begun growing. You're just giving them somewhere to keep going. When you've got the right garlic, separate the bulb into individual cloves. Don't peel them. The papery skin protects the clove from rotting in the water and helps regulate moisture uptake. Pick the largest, firmest outer cloves for this. They have the most stored energy and produce the strongest growth. Set the smaller inner cloves aside for cooking, or use them in a second smaller bottle if you want to maximize the build. Now the bottle. A standard 1.5 to 2 liter plastic bottle, soda bottle, water bottle, juice bottle, is exactly the right size. Wash it thoroughly with warm, soapy water, rinse it, and peel the label off completely. The label has to come off, and we'll come back to why in the last section. Set the bottle upright. You're now ready for the build itself. There are 2 ways to set this up, and I'll show you both. The first is the simpler version, a single clove starter setup that's perfect if you've never done this before. The second is the multi-clove version that turns one bottle into a small garlic greens factory, producing a steady supply of shoots from one window. We'll cover both step by step in the next part. The single clove setup is the easiest place to start. Take your clean plastic bottle and lay it on its side. Cut the top third off cleanly, just below the curve where the bottle narrows toward the cap. You'll be left with two pieces, a funnel-shaped top section with the cap still attached, and a deeper bottom section that becomes your reservoir. Set the bottom section upright. Flip the top section upside down, screw the cap on tight, and using the tip of a sharp knife or scissors, poke a small hole right through the center of the cap, about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch wide. That hole is where the roots will travel down into the water. Now invert the funnel, cap down, opening up, and seat it inside the bottom section. The bottom section becomes your water reservoir. The funnel section becomes the planting cup. Fill the bottom reservoir with clean water until the surface just reaches the underside of the cap, so that anything sitting in the funnel will be in light contact with the water through that small hole. Drop a single garlic clove into the funnel, root end down. The flat, slightly wrinkled end where the roots will emerge has to point toward the water, with the pointed tip of the clove facing up. The clove should sit balanced on the cap, with its bottom touching or just above the water surface. That's the entire build. 2 cuts, 1 hole, 1 clove. From this point, the plant does the work. If you want the multi-clove version, and once you've done one, you'll want a few of these going at the same time, there's a second method that turns a single bottle into a vertical garden. Take your bottle, and instead of cutting the top off, leave it whole. Using a sharp craft knife, cut 3 or 4 small rectangular windows down the side of the bottle, spaced evenly around the surface, each one about 1 inch wide and slightly less tall. Fill the bottle about halfway with water through the cap opening. Then push 1 garlic clove into each window, root end pointing inward toward the water. The cloves wedge into the holes, with their base reaching the water inside the bottle, and their pointed tips poking outward. 1 bottle gives you 4 or 5 cloves growing simultaneously, and it sits upright on a windowsill or hangs from a balcony rail with a piece of string around the neck. Whichever build you use, place the finished setup somewhere it gets at least 4 to 6 hours of bright light a day. A south-facing or west-facing kitchen windowsill is ideal in most American and European homes. A balcony rail works well in spring and autumn, though you'll want to bring it inside if temperatures drop below freezing or climb above the mid-20s Celsius in summer heat. Within 3 to 5 days, you'll see the first results. Tiny white roots emerge from the bottom of each clove and reach down into the water. By day 7, those roots have lengthened into a small white network, and from the top of the clove, the green shoot starts pushing upward, first as a pale sliver, then unfurling into a flat, tender green blade that smells, when you brush it, exactly like garlic. By the end of the 2nd week, those shoots will be 6 to 8 inches tall, and they're ready to harvest. This is where the project gets useful in the kitchen. Take a clean pair of scissors and snip the green shoots about 1 inch above the clove. Don't cut them all the way down. Leave a short stub above the clove. That's the growth point, and the plant will regrow from it. The shoots you've cut are garlic greens. They taste milder than a raw clove, more like a cross between scallion and chive with a clean garlic finish, and they're outstanding chopped fresh into salads, scrambled eggs, soups, stir-fries, omelets, and pasta. They're a delicacy in some cuisines, and they're almost impossible to find in most supermarkets because they don't ship well. Yours will be at peak freshness, cut to order, from a clove that cost you a few cents. Each clove will give you 2, sometimes 3 rounds of greens before the energy reserves in the clove are exhausted. After that, the clove softens, the leaves yellow, and it's time to start over with a fresh one. The good news is that once you've got the bottle built, replanting takes 30 seconds. Drop a fresh, sprouting clove in, top up the water, done. A single bottle on a windowsill, restocked every few weeks, gives you a continuous supply of fresh garlic greens for as long as you want to keep it running. Now, if you want to push the project further, past greens and into actual full garlic bulbs, there's a longer path. Once your clove has put down a strong root system in the bottle, usually 2 to 3 weeks, you can transplant it into soil. A deep pot, at least 6 to 8 inches deep with drainage holes filled with good potting mix. Plant the rooted clove about an inch below the soil surface with the green shoot facing up. Water lightly, set it in full sun, and let it grow for the next several months. Garlic needs a long season, typically 4 to 6 months, from planting to bulb maturity, and a cold period somewhere in that cycle to trigger proper bulb formation. In most American and European climates, the practical schedule is to start cloves in the bottle method in autumn, transplant to soil before the first hard frost, overwinter outside or in a cold spot, and harvest the bulbs the following early summer when the leaves yellow and fall over. The bulbs you grow this way will be smaller than commercial farm bulbs, but they'll be your own, and the flavor of fresh, homegrown garlic just out of the soil is genuinely different from anything you can buy. That's both paths. Greens fast in 2 weeks, bulbs slow in several months. Both start in the same recycled bottle on the same windowsill. In the last part, we'll cover the maintenance details, the one mistake almost everyone makes, and what to do when things go wrong. The mistake almost every beginner makes, and the reason their first garlic bottle quietly fails, is leaving the reservoir clear and exposed to sunlight. The same transparent plastic that lets you watch your roots growing is also the perfect environment for algae. Within 10 days of setting up your bottle, you'll see green slime starting to coat the inside of the water chamber, clouding the water, sticking to the roots, and competing with the garlic for the small amount of dissolved nutrients available in the water. The algae itself isn't toxic, but it weakens the plant, and worse, it creates conditions where bacteria thrive, and the clove starts to rot from the bottom up. The fix takes 30 seconds and costs nothing. Cover the bottom section of your bottle, the part that holds the water, so no light reaches the reservoir. Wrap it in a piece of aluminum foil, taped in place. Slip it inside a brown paper bag with the top torn off. Wind a length of black duct tape around the lower half. Paint the outside with any opaque paint. The principle is the same in every case. Block the light, kill the algae before it has a chance to start. Leave the top section clear so light still reaches the cloves and the green shoots, but the water itself stays in the dark. That single 15-second adjustment is the difference between a setup that produces healthy garlic for months and one that turns into a green soup in 2 weeks. A few other small habits matter. Change the water every 3 to 4 days, especially in the early weeks before the algae cover is in place. Pour out the old water, rinse the bottle, refill with fresh, room-temperature water. If your tap water is heavily chlorinated, leave a filled bucket sitting open overnight before using it. The chlorine evaporates off, and your garlic will respond better. Don't ever submerge the clove fully in water. Only the very bottom, the flat root end, should be touching the surface. If the clove sits with its body submerged, it rots. The whole clove above the waterline stays dry. That's the whole rule. If you want to push the greens harder once roots are well established, usually after the second week, you can add a tiny amount of liquid hydroponic nutrient or a few drops of seaweed extract to the reservoir water. A fraction of the strength the bottle's label suggests is plenty. Garlic isn't a heavy feeder, and overdosing the water will burn the roots faster than starvation will. A weak feed every 2 weeks is enough to keep the greens coming through 3 or 4 harvest cycles instead of just 1 or 2. If you're growing greens only and replacing cloves frequently, plain water is honestly fine. The clove brings its own energy. Watch for 2 warning signs. If the green shoots emerge but stay pale and stretched out, looking thin and weak, the plant isn't getting enough light. Move the bottle to a brighter window, or add a few hours of indirect afternoon sun. If the clove starts to soften, smell sour, or develop a slimy patch at the base, it's rotting. Pull it out, throw it away, rinse the bottle, and start over with a fresh sprouting clove. Don't try to save a rotting clove. The smell is unmistakable, and it spreads fast. That's the full method. 1 bottle, 1 clove, a sunny window, and 10 minutes of total work spread across several weeks. From that, you get fresh garlic greens within 2 weeks, a continuous harvest cycle for a couple of months from a single clove, and the option to push any rooted clove into soil for full bulb production over a longer season. Here's what I want you to take from this, and it's the same thing the celery video opens up if you've been following the series. The food economy has spent a long time convincing all of us that growing your own food requires real estate. A garden plot, a backyard, a house, land. None of that is true at the most basic level. A clean, recycled bottle, a clove most people would have thrown into a stir-fry without thinking, and a windowsill is a working food system. It's not going to replace your grocery shopping. It's going to do something quieter and, in the long run, more useful. It's going to give you the experience of growing your own food, in your own kitchen, with your own hands, on something that costs almost nothing. And once you've done it once, the next thing in your kitchen starts to look different. The lettuce, the green onions, the herbs, the celery base you almost threw out. The whole apartment kitchen quietly turns into a small, generous garden. If this gave you something useful, if you're already eyeing the sprouting cloves on your counter differently, drop the word "grow" in the comments below. It tells me which of you are setting one of these up tonight. And it helps the video reach other people who've been told they can't grow food because they don't have space. They can. They just need a bottle and a clove. Hit the like button while you're at it. Tell me in the comments whether you're starting with a single clove setup or going straight to the multi-clove version, and which window in your kitchen gets the best afternoon light. I read every one, and I'll see you in the next one.